everyone, welcome to my very first Tea with Leigh. Why Tea with Leigh, you may ask. As you guys know, if you have already subscribed to my channel is called Lesleyanne Sparkle. My name is Lesleyanne, which is a little bit of a mouthful for a lot of people. So kind of over the years, it was shortened. Various different combinations, I have to say, but one of the most popular ones, and in one of my previous jobs, I was known as Leigh because they took the middle bit out of Lesleyanne. And then I got known as Leigh, and it kind of went on from there. So I've called this little series that I'm doing Tea with Leigh because it's got a nice little ring to it. So yeah, I thought I'd call it that. Now I have got a few questions people have asked, so I thought I would start it off with this. It's a little bit of a Q&A. I've kind of taken the questions from there, so if I haven't already replied to you guys with the questions, because I've been saving them up for this. First things first, let me just show you. I've got my pot of tea, a couple of little biscuits, sugar free, and my little vintage cup. I'm going to pour myself a little cuppa and then we get cracking. So my daughter Hannah's just popped in, so she's going to now ask the questions, okay?
So Patsy M, her first question is, how long have you and Mr. Sparkle been together?
Okay, so we met on the 5th of February 2006, so that's 12 years.
The second question is, how long have you been doing the dog boarding business?
Okay, I started doing the dog boarding in, let me think, 4, 8, about 9 years ago. About 9 years I've been doing it.
And how did you start
it? So it's something that I've thought of doing on and off for a long time, but it just wasn't feasible at the time. And I knew that within a couple of years of being told that we were going to be made redundant because they were shutting the department down, I kind of started to think about what I was going to do. I wasn't completely ready to sit back and do absolutely nothing. Was I, Maisie? So yeah, as soon as I knew I was going to be made redundant, that's when I started to look into it, and I thought, well, I can just start doing something that I really like to do now from home, rather than have to go out to work. I can work from home. So that is how it started.
Denise Conway, she asked, how many children do you have together?
Okay, so Denise, we don't actually have any children together at all. But if you count the children that we both have together, we have 8. Now, I've got 6. I've got 6 children. Maisie got the table. It's not very good with biscuits there. I've actually got 6 children of my own, and Chris has got 2 children. So between us, we've got 8, but actually none together. Although it doesn't feel like that.
And Daisy Angelica, she says, when you and Chris met on holiday, did you live in the same area in the UK, or did you have a long distance relationship?
Okay, so we met in Portugal. No, we didn't live in the same area at all. Chris lived in South London, or as he would say, South London. I lived in Hampshire, so we weren't close, but I'm guessing it wasn't too far. It wasn't like, it was probably a couple of hours away, about 2.5 hours.
And I think the second question of hers is, what jobs have you had? Okay. Yeah. And do you have any holidays planned?
Okay, so, oh crikey, I can only remember a few.
Crikey.
Yeah, I can only remember a few of Chris's that he's told me about. In the past, he's been a gravedigger, and he actually did the headstone for Mick Jagger's dad. And he wasn't a gravedigger. Was he a gravedigger?
No, he was a gravesman, yeah. So he worked as a funeral director.
And he
no,
did,
it wasn't a funeral
no,
director. He worked
he
in a
laid all the
graveyard.
headstones and stuff like that. That's what he did. And then I think he did lots of other jobs, sort of like growing up and everything. I mean, I didn't know him then, so just what he's told me, the things that he's done. But when we met, he was working for a bank. He was working for a Swiss investment bank in the City of London, and he was a manager for the security parts of the bank. For example, one of the things he used to do was to go and do lots of bug sweeps, not as in little crawly bugs, but sort of almost like spy bugs, that sort of thing. He did a lot of debugging, he did loads and loads of different things. But it was mainly all security based, not as in security guard, but the security for the bank.
Yeah.
And then he took early retirement. For me, oh crikey, when I left school at 16, and I always wanted to go into nursing. And you couldn't actually start nursing until you were 18. So for 2 years I worked for an insurance company. And then when I was 18, I applied to do my nursing. I was accepted and started my nursing. Back in the day then, it was state registered nurse. I think now it's registered general nurse, but it was state registered nurse back then. Became a staff nurse. Well, it was called casualty at the time. Now I think now I know they call it accident and emergency, but it was casualty back then. So I was nursing for many years, and then had my children. In between sort of pregnancies, I'd go back and do a bit of work. Sometimes I did a few nights, that sort of thing. And then when I had my last one, which is Hannah here, I just had too much going on at home really after that. So I didn't do any nursing after that. And then when the children were all at school, every single one of them went to school, I spent my time, went back to university, and I studied social work. I kind of worked in that field, and I also worked with people that were living, or their family were living or affected by HIV and AIDS. So I did that for about 5 years, and then after that I took another break, and then I went into a totally different direction because I really didn't want to do any more caring, because my whole life I'd been either nursing or I'd been a mum. I know you don't ever stop being a mum, but I'd always been that, you know, the whole caring thing, and again with the social work, that side of it. So I decided to take on a whole new different direction, and I went to work for a department store in the special orders department. So I was dealing mainly with kind of bespoke orders and stuff like that. And then made redundant from that and started to do my dog business. We've had dogs, well, I've had dogs my whole life, and through having my children we've always had dogs. So I know quite a bit about them, and I love them, as you can see. These are on holiday. They're not ours, they're on holiday. So yeah, I decided to go into my little dog business. So Maria, you asked similar questions as well, so hope I've answered it for you, my lovely.
Francis, health and food update.
Oh, hi Francis. And I'm kind of getting to grips with it a little bit. Health-wise, not an awful lot's changed. I'm going to do a whole tea with Leigh on the diabetes, because I think I said to you that I was going to a workshop for the day. Well, it was so interesting, honestly, but it's quite lengthy to tell you. I mean, we were there all day, so there's quite a lot to talk about, and I'm going to cover that in one of my tea with Leigh. But yeah, I'm slowly getting to grips with this whole sugar thing. Some days are better than others, though, I have to say, but I am getting there.
And then her other question was, is Chris following the same lifestyle as you?
Well, is Chris following the same lifestyle as me? In front of me, yes. If I'm not here, I don't know. More or less, he I did say to him, you don't have to eat the same, no, you don't have to cook 2 separate meals. He was like, no, I don't mind. I mean, you don't have to cook 2 separate meals. I can just like put stuff on his plate that I'm not having. But more or less, he is eating the same as me. So, yeah. Although he does sometimes have like a treat. And I'm fuming. No, I don't mind at all, but... Yeah, more or less he is, I suppose. Probably 80% of the time.
Okay, and your last question is from Mary. And she asked, what are your plans for Christmas this year?
Oh, hi Mary. Okay, my plans for Christmas are we are staying at home. Now, I did do a bit of an open house to all the kids and said, right, we're at home this year. If you want to come to us, then just let me know so I make sure I get enough food. But you're all welcome. So I've ended up with 4 of the kids coming and one of the grandchildren, that's Hannah's little boy Lennox, that you've seen in some of my videos before anyway. They are coming for Christmas dinner. Some of the kids said, yeah, we're coming to you, Mum. So this is where we are, we're staying at home. So there's going to be 7 of us. So I'm going to be bringing you Tea with Leigh once a month with all my regular life updates. If there's anything you really want to know, then just pop it in the comments box just down below there. I know some of you, some of my lovely subscribers have asked me to do videos on Bora Bora. We've also had a murder in the family way back in the 1800s or something, and I've had a couple of requests to talk about that, so I will be doing those as well. But anything else you want to know, but as I say, just check in with me for Tea with Leigh. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you could, so press that subscribe button, press the notification bell, and I'll chat to you all soon. So stay safe, stay fabulous, my lovelies. Bye.
Bye.